Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Pathway. My name is Taylor Henrik. I'm here with my co-host, Sarang Patel.
Hey, guys.
Guys, we're excited to be welcomed today by our wonderful guest, Joey Namou.
I like the give and go. I like the pick and roll.
There we go. Hey, that's a good flavor of what it's going to be like today. We're going to do a show called Reality Check. This is going to be lighthearted. We had some fun. We enjoy ourselves, and we enjoy having you here with us. So let's take a walk down the pathway. Let's have a little bit of fun today. Keep it light, and we'll talk to you soon.
Dude, this guy's got what game is that?
Oh, here's us at the game.
He's been playing this game for like 5 years.
Yeah.
What is it? A phone game?
It's a game on your phone. Yeah, and he plays it like, wait, yeah, why do you take screenshots? You said you have a Discord.
Yeah. But I can't find
You learn something new about everybody every day.
They called Taylor on there, Xena, the warrior princess on there.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be cool.
Dude, that is a lot of screenshots of a video game. Why do you have all these?
That's fun.
What's the screenshot do for you?
I have to keep it. Dang, I can't find it.
Dude, it's all. Where's the pictures of your kids?
They're all
Of your kid?
Hold on.
And the
All right,
partner.
I'm not gonna find it. They're partners. It was something about. I can't even find it. I'll find it later.
Yeah, how are you gonna find it with all those video game
It's a lot of
pictures?
Yeah. It was their training lines. But it was something about it was young dads. No, it was for young dads. And it was about it was this dude who was like, he's forming his own company. And he was like, he was writing on social media, and of course I was consuming it, but he was like talking about how he felt father's guilt for wanting to do something for his family and having ambition, but sacrificing time with his kids. And I feel that all the time. I'm like, you're arguably your 20s and 30s are like where you set your family up, but it's also the time when your kids are the most impressionable and you'll never get the time back. And I wrestle with that every day. Cause I'm like, dude, I'm on my phone so much around my daughter and I shouldn't be. And then I'm like, when I'm in the moment with her, I'm like, I feel so locked in and I'm like, it goes so fast. And I wrestle with that and it makes me feel so incredibly uneasy. So like his like, I'm going to die at 60. It to me is like how do I like be ambitious and do stuff that I know is setting my family up for like the long term, that what I never had. And my family, they worked their tails off, but they weren't able to do for me. Juxtaposed or compared or contrasted with like just being an active participant in my daughter's life and an active participant in my wife's, like being a good partner.
Yeah, being active is always the
I
key.
have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
That-
the hardest words I've ever heard was, Daddy, put your phone down.
I know.
Like when you hear that line,
You feel like an idiot.
yeah, for that moment, and then you put your phone, you got on your phone again next day,
Right?
right?
Pick
know.
your phone up. And then he's like, what? I'm like, exactly. That's how I feel.
You always put yourself in that situation, right? When we were all kids and our parents would work hard, and you kind of look at that as, you don't understand that as a kid. You just want to play with your mom. You want to play with your dad, right? So I feel like that's always going to be the struggle, especially with all three of us having young kids, is we know, right? They're only going to be this little for so long. Every single day, every single week goes by, they're a different human being. And it's tough.
It makes me feel uneasy
It does.
because you miss a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, Daddy, can you play with me? And I'm like, I can't. Like it's the middle of the day. I'm grateful that I'm home or like I'm doing something, but I'm like, I physically cannot. And then it's like sometimes right after work, we have to jump right into stuff. A lot of times it is. It's like I go right into like, then I got to call 6 people back. Then it's another hour. Then it's another hour. Then it's like she's downstairs eating dinner and it's like I'm still working. It's just, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not a sacrifice. It's the right thing to do in some instances, but how do you balance that? I need something that makes me feel better about that. I have a hard time with that.
I look at it two ways too, right? I want my son to look at me and know that I was always grinding to provide what he has. So I look at it as
That's good.
the kid is going to learn so much just from seeing that every single day, all day. Obviously, you got to make time, right? Like when I see my wife drowning, I'm going to step in and help out. I'm going to be as present as I possibly could. But I also don't want him looking and thinking, oh, my dad was a bum 20, 30, 40 years from now.
Well, I think right now they complain about, but like,
That's a good point.
like my dad always worked 7 days a week for until a couple years ago. And I don't look at it like, oh, he was never present, he always worked. I looked at it, that was a privilege. Like I got to go with him to work. I got to see things and do things, and I see the hard work. So it doesn't feel like work today. It's great. So like I think at some point in the life that changes where they weren't like, oh, you weren't present. You know what I'm saying? Because they know you sacrifice for some X, Y, and Z. I think what changes, and I know like this is a little hard to say sometimes, but like the affordability of that you have to travel.
Mhm.
I think I was reading something like after 5 years old, and after I read this post, I was like, oh, I kind of remember my trips after 5 years old. Like you remember your trips with families, you remember your stuff and bigger events after 5 years old.
Mhm.
So try to make more intentional trips. And the intentional trips are more frequent. And at those trips, you separate things from the previous trip. Which means like it was almost like how like I think I was reading this morning, it was saying that, you look at the last 4 years, you say, man, time flew by.
Mhm.
No, it's not that time flew by, it's that you get in this routine of adulthood, in this routine of life, or a kid, like just your routine. So nothing else. So the memory, you're just not creating memories during those times. It's a routine. And if you look at the same thing, you do the same thing for 1 week and nothing changes. You don't remember anything happened that week. You don't remember what you ate because you didn't create no memories.
Mhm.
So it was like taking different paths to work, wear different clothes, drive a different car, do different things. So and there's a small things, but
So
you
it sticks
create
out.
different memories. And I think as a parent to your kid, like my kid remembers like going to Disney and the randomest shit from Disney, like the damn teacup thing at 2 years old. I'm like, how do you remember that? But he remembers that.
Mhm.
And it's almost like they don't remember the time that I stayed home and I played in the basement that one time. And I get that that's when he made a comment, hey, put your phone away. They don't remember that time when you played in the basement, but they remember that trip. And I'm saying you have the liberty to spend all kind of money like that, but it could just be a road trip. It could just be, going somewhere together for dinner. Like you do these different things that are different experiences. What's that jungle cafe, tropical cafe, whatever it's called.
Yeah, rainforest.
Rainforest. But that was like a memory.
Yeah.
It's like you try to change things up intentionally, and you be really, really intentional about what you change up. I think that creates a memory for the kids, where then it overlays the stuff you're on your phone.
That's a great point.
Our parents didn't have the same thing as us because they worked harder than us, in my opinion. But when they came home, there was no phone to be on.
Yeah. There's
No
internet.
Instagram to swipe on.
There's no internet.
You watch TV,
Nothing.
but there's nothing else. So
Yeah.
like they were home, and you never said to your parents, like, "Oh, get off your phone," because they didn't have the option. Didn't have that option.
Mhm.
They would watch TV, whatever it is, for sure too. But there was nothing else to do.
Right.
So I think that you naturally have this tendency to like, try to want to do more, and I get the kids say that too. You have to sacrifice a little bit now, or otherwise you sacrifice later on in their life because you're working either way. It's not always about work and finances, but it's about time.
Yeah.
You sacrifice some time now to build it. It's like a pot, like a piggy bank. And I feel like you sacrifice a little bit of time, and you can experience them with the later on in life too. But you try to do both of those things. You don't just neglect the younger ages.
You're putting it in now. You're
Yeah.
putting in those
Small
pennies
amounts.
that fill up the piggy bank. So later on, hopefully, you can be even more active
Even
in
more
life.
active,
Yeah.
and then you can be active in your grandkids' life if you have grandkids, and then you're
Yeah.
not having to not be active in grandkids' life because you're working at that time,
Yeah.
or you're worrying about X, Y, and Z at the time, So it's
But don't keep saying I'll do it eventually.
Correct.
Because then
You're
you can
not
always say that.
yeah, we're at 60, so yeah. You can't
And don't
say
say I'm gonna die at 60.
Don't say that
no,
either.
because example B is that my piggy bank's not going to grow until I'm 65. It's going to grow until I'm 50 because I'm going to die till I'm 60. So I still got time. You see what I'm saying?
I do, and I hope the way you're saying it leaves an impression on somebody, because I do like the way that
Because
you're
it's not
saying
me,
it.
right?
'Cause it ain't me.
It ain't me either.
But I get your premise. I just think you need to work on the
wording?
delivery a little bit.
You're the delivery guy. I'm just the guy in the background.
Yeah. You tee it up for me, and I'll just put it on a pizza platter for him. But,
I mean, but think about this. Like, we all rolled here together, right? We met up at Sarang's house.
See, it's hard. Say it right.
Sarang, soft G, Sarang.
Sarang.
Sorry.
So we met up at your house earlier.
Sarang.
When we were backing out of the driveway, what'd you see at the door?
Oh, my kid, yeah.
Yeah,
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Daddy!
Yeah.
full on tears.
So I think that, but then it's like, okay, I don't want to leave, but you got to leave. But it's like, he'll be all right. But if I come home, he doesn't remember that he cried that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Your point about being intentional, that really stuck with me. I
super
like that.
intentional, and be extra intentional because you have to create those random memories. I have the most vivid memories of my childhood. I didn't have the liberty to take trips with my parents as often as I could because of finances, but I still went places. But my most vivid memories are the times with my parents going to my dad's work, running in Wonderland Mall when it's Wonderland Mall, Livonia Mall, like working in the malls and running around the background in the back there, the back alley, or walking in the Jeepers. And I used to be at Wonderland Mall.
Jeepers.
And all these things, like seeing that stuff, big boys, and having a meal and sitting in the particular Jeep, big boys, or changing up the big boys you go to. So you remember that's the restaurant you guys went to. And yeah, the memories may gel together, but you vividly remember these things.
The experience.
And that is what's important. My dad and I have a thing, my uncle, my dad, our parents is a Coney Island. We try to eat at a different Coney Island all the time. You have your favorites. We talk about this.
Nicky D's.
But you try to, Try to go to your favorite Coney Island.
UAD.
Well, the early birds have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, we got to go there.
Yeah.
Come on.
He never invites us with the uncle gang. He
Right.
never invites us.
Right. Why? Because we won't fit in. We will.
Yeah.
You guys are saving up to your 75, so when you get to 60, let me know.
Oh boy.
Not this is real. This is a real episode right here.
It is.
This is
We're in
real.
our feels a little bit, boys.
You know the best part though? All of our wives are gonna watch this clip and they're gonna be like, "You're preaching it. I want you to do it."
Right. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you guys are the best husbands ever.
No, my wife will not say that.
Mine either. She's gonna be like,
Yeah.
everything that you just said, I want you to do it.
And I'm gonna get stabbed because I just said it because that was my wife's voice.
That what Steph sounds like?
Yeah. Dealer. I was playing, dude.
You can sit in my house.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That
guys, for listening to our podcast
Yeah.
today. Brought to you by The Pathway.
Sir, yes, sir.
Taylor Hennick.
Yes, chef.
We'll see you guys all next time.
That was fun. I enjoyed everything about that.